Hey guys, welcome to the Philippines. I'm in my hotel in Manila and I've only been here for a couple of days. I haven't done too much so far. I wasted almost an entire day just to get a 3G SIM card, but I need that. It's important because that means I won't be fixed to looking for a place with Wi-Fi and I can be flexible about where I live because I can continue to work online. So my first impressions of the Philippines. I really like it. I'm very much enjoying my time here. I find people to be very friendly. Like for example, they usually give me eye contact as they pass me in the street, which I think is very nice. Um, Although here in particular, I don't think they're so used to foreigners. I don't think there's so many tourists, at least in this part of the city, because people are a bit surprised to see me. Girls will giggle as I walk past. So that's interesting. I thought that tourism would be kind of bigger here, but I don't really see any other Caucasians hanging around here. But when I've been walking around the city, one thing I notice is people like to sing a lot, even if they're just in the store working. Like when I was buying that SIM card, the girl beside in another counter was singing to herself, and she was singing very good because apparently karaoke is huge here. Pretty much every bar will have a karaoke thing going on, and you would think that would be a nation then of but actually it just means they get more practice and they get very good at it. So I haven't gone to a karaoke just yet. I've only been here a few days, but I'm looking forward to that. And then culture-wise, just being here, it's kind of like a mixture between Asian, a bit of Latin, and then American culture kind of all thrown together, because the Philippines was a Spanish colony for several centuries, so that kind of has put a lot of stuff into, I don't know, the architecture and just the way people kind of think and act a little bit. So it feels a little bit like Latin America with that, but then it's still got loads of Americanization in it. So like for example, I saw a bumper sticker on a car that said "God is awesome," and I've been to lots of religious countries, but he wouldn't say God is awesome. It's that to me is very American. So it was interesting to see that here. And what else can I tell you? And the Americans definitely got their share of English into the culture, because all the signs and all the menus are just in English. So learning the language wouldn't actually get you further in that sense. And everybody I've met speaks pretty good English, but I'd expect that in a major city. But they don't actually use Tagalog in quite a lot of the signs. In some advertising, the kind of tagline is in Tagalog, while the main advertisement is in English. And then they greet people just, hello sir, even between each other formally. So that's pretty interesting. I can imagine how easy it would be for expats to never learn the language, because there's that feeling that it's all going to be in English and everybody speaks English. I know that's not true, but there's that illusion of it. What else can I tell you? So I've been trying to get some materials to learn the language, and it's been extremely difficult, because before I came here, when I was in Ireland and then Germany, I went to the major bookshops and I tried to buy a book for learning Tagalog, and I couldn't find any. Even A Lonely Planet phrase book, I know there is one, I've seen it online, but I could not find it in major bookshops, so I figured I'd find it here. And I've gone into the bookshops here, and they're good quality books. They've got like books for Spanish and French and German that I know are great. They got the latest version. But for Tagalog, they don't have anything. The best I could find in terms of grammar was this book here, Basic Tagalog, which has a good outline of grammar, but this is over 20 years old, and this is the best I could do. So that's going to have to keep me busy. Finally, I did find this Berlitz, which seems a bit more modern, because something interesting I found, because I did go out one night with people, and when they were helping me learn a bit of Tagalog, they corrected me. I tried to show them a few words I had learned, and they actually told me because I was learning from this book. I got this very, very cheap little book. And the problem is, Tagalog as it is kind of, you know, if you're looking for the pure language, there's a Tagalog word for everything, I'm sure. But that's not how people speak. That's not how the young people use the language. They would just use English words. They would say airport and things like that, even though there is a Tagalog equivalent. So unfortunately, if you get a lot of linguistic books, they would focus on the pure version. And I'm not interested in the pure version. I want to know how people speak the language, really. So that's been a bit of a challenge, but Berlitz seems to do a slightly better job, and they mix and match between the Tagalog and the Taglish. And Taglish, at first I thought it was a kind of joke word of a kind of made-up language. But the first thing I saw when I got here, and I never bring money with me, I always go straight to an ATM to take out my money. The two language options were English and Taglish. So it wasn't actually Tagalog as a language or a Filipino. It was Taglish. That was the language on the ATM machine. So it's a pretty serious language, and that's kind of the side of Tagalog I'll be working towards, is the Taglish, because that's the way young people will tend to speak it. It would obviously be easier for me to do that, but I'm not doing it out of laziness. I just want to genuinely speak with people. But yeah, the material's been so hard to come by, and most of the stuff I saw actually came with cassettes rather than CDs. And if you're younger than 20, then I should tell you, cassette is this ancient technology that they used, which had was recorded audio using magnetism. Very, very strange stuff. Okay, so in terms of the travel, Manila, I love the city. I would really like to live here. This would be the ideal place to live, to learn Tagalog, but it's way too polluted. I'm having difficulty breathing. I can feel the pollution every time I inhale, and it's so bad that I've actually reached the stage where I'm starting to cough up a lot of phlegm, which is pretty disgusting, I have to say. But it just shows me that that's only after a few days. I have to get out of here. Can't stay here that long. So tomorrow I'm going to Cebu, which is further south from here. Tagalog is not officially spoken there, it's official in the whole country, but it's not really spoken there by the locals. They would understand this, it would be on TV. But I find all I need is to meet one or two people who would speak the language, who might be from the capital, and hang out with them. Because audibly there will be a difference. I won't hear it in the street, but visually I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference, because here I'm seeing so much English. So I think no matter where I go, it's about just finding the right people to practice the language. So Cebu, I don't think I'm going to stay there. It's going to be I don't know if it's just as polluted as here. I'm going to find somewhere maybe nice and peaceful. I'll travel for a few weeks before I settle down and decide where I'm going to be. And yeah, that's it. That's my little update for you right now. I hope you've enjoyed it, and in later videos I'll actually start speaking some Tagalog to you. Otherwise, check out the blog next week. I'll talk a little bit about this impurity thing and how you're actually better looking for the more impure and more natural version of languages. And also a hitch that I ran into when I started my mission here because of too much devotion to a technique. Not necessarily a problem in my technique, but the actual devotion to it itself. So these are a couple of things I want to mention in the blog next week. So thanks for watching, and I hope to read a few of your comments below the video.